right, welcome back to the show. And as promised, I'm on the phone with one of my exes. I don't know if she want to say her name, so I'm not gonna say her name. But how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. So, um, I guess we just gonna jump right into it. So,
Okay.
how was how did you experience our relationship? Like overall, I just want to start with the overall. Was it a good thing?
Well, I mean, yeah, for starters, it was good.
Okay.
It was good, really good. I enjoyed it.
Okay. And like I said, I want you to be honest. Give me everything. You feel? I don't want you to hold back. So
Okay.
okay. So in the beginning, we met and then we just started dating. I don't really remember how we started dating. You know what I mean? I just remember that we hooked up and I really liked you. I think I seen you by
Hmm.
your house on Third Street, right?
You sure did. Yeah, you was
Yeah,
on that motor.
yeah. And I seen you and I stopped and started hollering at you and yeah, I think we had a good relationship for me in the beginning, and I know that I was, young and out
Hmm.
there doing things. So you want to go into how you felt about it, or you want me to ask you some questions? What you want? How you want to do this?
You asked me the question.
All right. So did you love me?
Oh, and I still do, of course. Yeah.
Okay. So I still love you too. So when we started dating, what did you think about me as a person? How did I come off to you as a person?
Well, going back to when we first met, I remember when you rolled up on me and all that, and you was like, we had a conversation,
Hmm.
and you was like, my birthday. Oh, I'll never forget that. And you was like, I was like, so.
Yeah, I do remember that. I was like my birthday and a couple, and you was like, so yeah, you was hard, you hardcore though. You know that though.
But like you came off as a sweet guy, like it's a genuine guy, like no lie. So and that was intriguing to me because I that was like rare.
Well,
You
hold on,
know,
my dog just got up with this puppy. Let me go. Hold on, give me 1 second.
okay.
All right, my bad, my bad. I'm back. Sorry about that. Yeah, she just had a litter, so I have to watch her. It's hot outside. You see, I'm sweating. It's hella hot out here. So okay, so continue. So you didn't give a fuck about my birthday. Go ahead.
But no, you were just you seem to be a genuine person, so that intrigued me to keep it going.
Okay.
Plus, I liked.
Okay, so once we like really got into our relationship and things started going, how did you experience my attitude after like I guess we really got into the relationship once that all the sweet stuff was out the way and you got to kind of see I guess who I really was. How did you experience me?
Well, to be to be honest, your attitude wasn't like you had a little nonchalant attitude, but it wasn't like super bad to where it made me feel some type of way at first.
Okay,
So it really wasn't no issue because I was like kind of the same, you know.
right. So was I honest with you like about what I had going on in my life, like about my children and stuff like that?
No,
No, I wasn't. I usually am. How did that
you
come
know
out?
what? I don't recall me really asking too much, but I guess from the beginning you were. But as far as your relationships
Okay.
and our relationship, you was not on it.
Okay, so what did I do? When did you find out that I was lying to you,
So
or how did you find out? And
I, me being young, because I was like 19, I think.
okay,
I don't know, naive, green to a relationship for real,
yeah,
thinking that you wouldn't
do things behind your
cheat on
back.
me and things like that nature. Super naive.
Okay, so
So
how did you find out?
I didn't think that you would be like a cheater.
Okay,
Okay. And I wasn't like insecure or nothing, right? So I didn't really trip off that, you know?
yeah,
But something, I never told you this.
okay. You gonna tell it to me now? You never told me this.
Yes, I
Okay,
know.
all
I
right, come on.
never.
Come with it. I'm
But
ready.
I remember like it happened yesterday.
Hmm.
I was going to work and I was on the 15 bus passing your house, and I see you had that blue car. I forget
Was
what
it
car it was.
The Crown Vic?
Yes.
Okay.
And I see you coming out your house with a girl, and you got in the car and you drove off. I guess you was drop her off, but I never said nothing about it. I never, until this day, I've never said nothing about it.
Okay. And
So
what did you
that
feel? What did you feel in that moment when you seen that?
I
Did
was
you
just like, what? Like my heart was crushed, like
so
super crushed. But I just never said nothing
so
because
so
at that time I just didn't want drama. Like I was like kind of timid. You
well,
know,
okay, so how you feel I would have react though? Did you think that I would have yelled? What you think I would have said if you would have
I didn't think that, but I thought that you might have been like, you didn't see me, like just basically
lie
blatantly
about it?
like you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
like making me feel like I'm tripping,
Right.
and I saw you with my own eyes, like so that kind of that bothered me,
Right.
like it really did.
Okay. So I wish you would have said something so we could have had a discussion. So what else did you find out about me that like was it about my baby mamas or anything like that?
Yeah, you were selfish
I
as
was
far as that.
selfish. How was
Yeah,
I selfish? Tell me.
because with the pregnancy and the baby,
Oh, with us? Yes.
I
Yes.
told you, and you know how I felt about getting rid of babies,
Yeah.
and you was like, you not ready for
To
no more
for
kids,
more, yeah. I
and
wasn't.
that
Yeah.
still bothers me to this
I
day. No
know.
lie.
I know. I know. I was selfish. And then, like I said, I did do that a lot. You know what I mean? I wasn't using protection and well, like I said, I was really in love with you as well. Like, you know what I mean? So I didn't think it was a bad thing, but I wasn't ready. And
Right,
I really wasn't ready after shit all these years when I started having kids again. You know what I mean? It just
right.
shit just happened and it kind of opened up a door to where I enjoy it now. You know what I mean? And
Right.
that's fucked up for you because I did
It,
kind of
it,
pressure you into
yeah,
getting rid
it
of our
just
child.
made me feel like, damn, you got kids with other
Right.
motherfuckers than me.
And you was a good woman. I mean, you still is a good woman. Let me not say you was a good woman. You are a good woman, and
But
I know that you solid. You is hella solid. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So yeah, that I know.
but hey, man, everything happens for a reason. I got through it, and we still friends to this day. So
Yeah, we friends. Okay, so one of the things that always pop out to me about our relationship and friendship, and even after we tried to rekindle it, is the time you came over, right? And we tried to lay down with each other that time, and it just felt hella awkward. You remember that?
yes,
You was like,
'cause
nigga, get off. You was like, nigga, get off me. You feel like my
yeah,
brother or some shit. Yeah, we had got too cool. We had got too cool at that point, just like on a friendship level. You was like, nigga, this feels awkward. Get
like
off of me.
what popped out to me the most. I mean that too, because we did try, but I just was like, I loved you to death, but I
Right,
just didn't see you in that boyfriend form no more.
right. Nah, I understand. That shit was crazy.
But
What else?
it's funny because we really never ever just said we was not gonna be together. We just kind of just like
Just yeah, the
we
relationship
never
just
officially
dissolved.
broke up.
Right. It just like we just kind of yeah. I agree with that too. Yeah, because
Yeah,
it happens. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So okay,
And
so
then
go ahead.
no, and then one time after all the baby situation or whatever, and when I lived on 17th Street and you took me home, you was there. You
Yeah.
remember when I asked you, like, did you cheat on me all like 5+ years that we was together? And
Hmm.
you was honest. You said yeah.
Yeah,
And I just was like, wow.
but it wasn't.
Like,
See, I didn't really feel that I was cheating back then. I just felt like I was, but I guess I was because we did we had a relationship. You know what I mean? We really did, and I was just moving like a young nigga. But like I said, at
right,
the end of the day, you did mean a lot to me too. You know what I mean? You was a good woman, and it is one of the relationships that I do always think about. That it could have been something, but I just wasn't in that space at the time.
Yeah,
Um,
but we like
we always remained friends though.
wasn't like I that then like I didn't experience whatever somebody else experienced with you. I can say that we had a cool relationship. It
Hmm.
wasn't tumultuous or like
Right.
filled with drama. It just
Wasn't
was like,
crazy. We had fun. We used to laugh like a motherfucker. You funny as fuck.
yeah,
We used to laugh like fuck. You used to
yeah.
keep me.
So it's just like I can honestly say you was the person that I had more fun with than anybody,
Yeah.
even at this age now.
We had hella fun. We used to be rolling. I remember you had that little spot up there by off of Castro.
Mhm.
Man, we had good times, man. So, kid, I want to ask
Yeah.
you this question. This is a question I want to ask you. Do you think that the relationship we had, besides the baby, um, affect your life? And you can even include, like, the baby. Do you think it affected your relationships now? Like, do you think it had an
I can't
effect?
hear you. I'm sorry.
I said, do you think that our relationship, you know, and you can include the baby in this. I was gonna say just how I treated you. Do you think it has an effect on you now to this day? Like beside, that's why I kind of want to leave the baby part separate. Like just our relationship. Do it make you see people in a different light? Do you
Yeah,
do you compare people?
absolutely,
Okay, so tell me about that. Do you
absolutely.
compare people to our relationship like that we had?
Huh?
Do you compare like some of your other relationships to the relationship we had?
I don't
Okay,
because we had a whole different dynamic.
okay,
The relationships after you was something that I've never experienced. They all was bad, you know.
yeah,
Like it wasn't like ours, like
yeah.
at all. Even though
I
it
mean,
was
we
cheating and
we cared for
selfishness,
each
but
other.
it was like
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely. It was genuine. It
right.
was genuine.
Yeah,
The relationships in the past, no. But I do like, as far as the baby
yeah,
situation, that hindered me for even want to have a baby with somebody.
yeah,
And
yeah.
you know, when I got pregnant again,
Hmm.
you was there for me,
Of course,
you know,
of
in
course.
that situation.
Hmm.
And that made me look at you in a whole different light,
Yeah,
like,
cause you my
because you didn't
friend.
have to be, you know,
Yeah.
and you knew that situation. That's a whole nother
Oh yeah, yeah. I
topic.
mean, we could talk about it. Let's. I mean, cause that's one of the things I want to go into is like like some of the relationships and things that we put up in within relationships and things that people put up with our shit. Cause we got shit too. So.
Like the relationship, like ours,
Hmm.
like I felt like it was a real relationship, like a genuine real one.
Right, cause we loved each other.
Relationship,
We did shit for each other.
yeah,
I was just a piece of shit out there roaming the streets, still doing what niggas do. You know what I mean?
right.
But other
Hey,
than that, I mean, I loved you. You know what I mean? So
I love you too. I'm always love you.
yeah,
Like my family still got pictures of us.
I know. I just sent
They
you the
always
pictures of
ask
us.
about
I
you,
ran across them and sent them to you. Like, look, you know what I mean? So
you know. But
yeah.
I just say relationships after us.
Hmm.
I don't know. I maybe like it's a part of me. I maybe was a problem too, but it's just like it wouldn't allow me to really get close to somebody.
So you think our relationship kind of made you hard? It
Yeah,
made you
like
guarded.
I always got my side eye on, you know.
Yeah,
Think you lying and all this and that. It's pretty effed up, but
yeah. It's
the 9 times out of 10, like the way I was feeling was truth,
right,
you
right.
know.
So that's one of the things that I want to bring out right there. Just that point right there that me and you had this good relationship. You believed in our relationship, and you see
Mhm.
me with women, and you found out I was cheating, and maybe some of the things like with me going to visit my baby mamas or being around them and stuff. I
Mhm.
affected your life in a negative way by the way I
Mhm.
was. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
For the long run. And those are the things that I want to apologize to you for. You know what I mean? With the baby and me being selfish. So I really do
I can't tell you
apologize.
that.
I said I really do apologize to you for, the things that I did and the way that I made you feel in those situations. I'm trying to be
And I that.
yeah, I'm trying to be accountable and like
Yeah, that's
God,
it. Ain't. It's never too late to be accountable. It's never
right.
too late to apologize. You
But
know, some
just
people need that.
yeah, I think like a lot of guys we don't really realize what we doing in the moment cuz it don't seem big to us,
Mhm.
but it affect y'all in a different way. you know.
Right.
So yeah, I really had an impact on you. So
Yeah.
how was your like? So with some of your other relationships, so now you more guarded going into relationships and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm very guarded. Some
okay,
people like the guys that I meet, they like I'm aggressive, and I'm really not. But
you
like in
not you
some way, I
sweet. I
have.
think it's a defense mechanism,
Yes,
especially
it's
when
a
we talk
defense
about your
mechanism.
relationships. Yeah, yeah,
Right.
it's like you like your wall, but you try to put your wall up, but then you still trying to be sweet at the
Absolutely.
same time. You know.
Because I feel like I have to protect me at all costs because nobody is going to protect me but myself.
Well, yeah, that's
And
key.
it's good and bad because
Yeah,
whenever the good Lord placed a good guy in my life, a
hmm
genuine guy, I want to make sure I see it and not push them away.
yeah. So that's why I
You know,
think,
because I always feel like guys be on that bullshit. Like to be honest, like
and you
I,
gotta,
I'm assertive.
yeah, you
So when I
gotta,
look in your eyes
yeah.
and you be talking that bullshit that everybody like, man, get
Yeah,
out my
that see
face.
that shit. I'm not with that game and all that. You know the shit using the same words everybody use. That's not
Yeah,
me. I just that
yeah,
shit is sickening. Even when it come out of
right.
woman mouth, it's like y'all. It's just it's a turn off for me. So
And then sometimes, like when guys like, oh, I like you and stuff, I be like, how you don't even know me. What you like about me? You like how I look.
yeah,
So I can't get aggressive, but it's like like this guy just want to smash and that's it. He ain't trying to build nothing.
yeah.
Now, and I
And
always
see,
be like,
you was the original ass. You motherfuckers
yeah,
don't know. You have ass, and that y'all don't see her, but like she back in the day when the shit people buying, she got it. You know what I mean? And she was fly, light skinned. You know what I mean? And really sweet. So yeah, you know, I was in the ass before ass was a thing. You know what I mean? And
right.
so yeah, um,
But yeah, I don't like that. And then I do get kind of aggressive because I be like, well, what you trying to do? You trying to smash me, or you trying to build something? Which one it is?
and then they be lying to you
Then
and
they get nervous
yeah,
because 9 times out of 10 you only trying to smash, and that's that.
right,
Get out my face. I'm too old for that.
right. So
Now, if I feel the same and the feeling is mutual,
oh
we can
yeah.
talk about
Yeah, you gonna do what you do. Yeah, I already know. You know what I mean? You to the
it.
point
You
where
know,
you need to get your needs met too, and you're not in that. You know what I
absolutely.
mean? But I know you're not out there like that. Like people
No,
would
I
think.
never been.
Yeah,
You
I
know
know.
that,
You was a good girl. You was definitely a good girl, and you know,
right?
I'm telling you, all type of my homies was trying to smash behind my back. You know what I mean? It was all types of shit going on with her. So,
Right.
um, what else? So now, like, do you still feel that you want like a traditional relationship? Do you feel that that fits into your life and where you at, or do you think you're not trusting people the same way? How you feel about
You
that?
know, sometimes I feel like it may not be in the cards for me,
Hmm.
but then I be like, I'm not gonna give up on it. You know,
Hmm.
but if it doesn't happen, I'm at peace with it. But I'm like, I do not want to be old and alone. Let's just put that in the
Yeah,
air.
yeah. You don't want
You
to
know, but if
buy
that's
a
the
dog
cards,
and
that's
die alone, huh?
right.
Yeah,
But if that's the cards I'm dealt, hey, it's what I just gotta live all my days.
right. So,
But you know, like I'm not pressed for no man or nothing. I'll be happy to get one, a genuine one, you
yeah.
know. But like I'm so used to being by myself. Like, you know, I have friends and stuff, but not no real for real relationship.
Okay,
So
so
it's gonna be hard for me to bring somebody in my space and a little hard for me to compromise if that real person come along because I'm so used to not having nobody around me. Like
yeah.
I'm alone but I ain't lonely.
Right,
You know what
right.
I'm
No,
saying?
I get it. It's kind of like what I was saying. Like I never wanted to be in a situation where I was living with somebody. You know what I mean? Because
Mhm.
I was so used to having my space. But once I got acclimated to it, it felt good. You know what I mean? Being able to come home and see somebody's face, and you know having people here and shit like that. But
Right.
you
Do
you
you
kind
feel fulfilled? Yeah.
you said what? Say it again.
You just like you fulfilled because you have that, you
Yeah,
know?
you know, I mean, like right now, like what I'm going through, it's a transition, but I'm still hella optimistic about what the future holds for me. You know what I
Not
mean?
right.
So it's kind of like a good thing because, like I said, what I went through, it woke me up to me. You feel what I'm saying? Like some of the traits that I had that I didn't really realize that I had. So that's what gave me the idea to do this. You know what I mean?
I say this,
So
and I say this.
go ahead. Yeah, say whatever you want to.
So, like, you going through a transition, you so used to having somebody around.
Hmm.
It sucks, but maybe this was it happened for a reason for you to
That's what it did.
hold yourself accountable
I,
and think about all the bad
it,
shit that you've done.
it truly did because
So it
like I was telling her, I was like, you know, if you would have stayed, things probably wouldn't have changed. You know what I mean? So, but realizing me and like you know bringing some stuff up like you know like with my childhood and stuff like that, it made me realize that oh shit, I do got problems, and it
right,
wasn't that I thought that I was perfect, but I just figured that that was the way things went. That you argue, you
right,
do this, you get back, but when you got somebody that I feel was really healthy minded, you know what I mean? I like kind of damaged like from some of the
mm,
shit that we damaged from where we had just stay in
right,
these relationships.
right,
It's different when someone can walk away and still, you know, love you or whatever, but walk away and be healthy about walking away and still be cool.
right.
We still cool and we talk and stuff, you know what I mean? But it was instantaneous, and to me, it's like, oh, that's fucked up. She don't love me. She just walked away. But she had to do what
It's
was good for her, and I understand
right,
that. And that's the same
right.
thing with my other one. My other baby mama, because like you know, we all was dealing with each other, and she walked away. And it's like, okay, now she walked away. It's like, okay, I got to start looking at myself. It's something
Right,
that I'm doing because I got
right.
everything. I got the house. I got you know the job. I'm good with the kids. Everything to me was good. I think she would kind of agree that everything was good, except for this one facet of where I get angry or I don't show her the attention that she needs. It's almost like she was just here. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So for you, let's get back to you. Like, you know, how can you make that transition if the right dude does come along and wants you there?
Mm.
Are you going to be able to kind of deal with him in a healthy way, or do you think that, you know, you're going to still have these suspicions and all of that stuff? What do you think you gonna do
You
if
know
you
what?
meet somebody?
If he's showing me like if he's helping me be better in that situation, I can definitely deal with him in a healthier way.
Okay.
I can drop some of my walls that I have down, tear down some of them layers.
Hmm.
If we feeding off each other, we can build each other because he might be a little damaged too. You never know, but
Right. We
he's
all
a
got
guy,
damage. Nobody's
guy and
perfect.
and
Yeah.
showing me that he's really like want to be there for me and got my back, and
Hmm.
he want to be just like want to be with me
So
instead of BSing me.
so I got a question. How you gonna notice it if you got you know if you think that everybody is you gotta have these walls up. How you think you gonna notice this dude is meant for you? How you think he gonna come to the table and how you gonna come to the table when you recognize it? Because I do believe that the man should you know kind of prove himself to women because a lot of men they kind of into this well they got to do this and I'm not really like that. I think that you know we got to show a woman that we interested in really show you know what I mean, but at the same time we do need certain things from y'all as well, you know, to let us know that this is good for us to get into too.
Right,
So
right,
how you gonna
right.
do that? How you gonna make that
That
transition?
you know what? That's a good question because I don't know, and that's why I be praying about. Because that's why I say I don't want to not see it, and I
Yeah.
just like Lord, if this is the person for me, let me see it, and then I can react. Because I can't really answer that question because I don't know. I
So
really don't.
so I'm gonna just tell you what I think. I personally I think that you need to start looking at how to heal. You know what I mean? Whether it's therapy, because I'm in like this sex anonymous class that my you know that she put me in, you know, and was like, here you need this, and I was like, nah, why don't you go to it with me? You know what I mean? And I actually went and sat down into it. It's Sex and Love Anonymous because I do have attachment issues. I don't want to be by
Yeah,
myself. So the
I do too.
attachment,
I
yeah.
do.
So
I
the
do.
attachment issues is what she addressed, and I guess she realized what the problem was. I just wish it would have came up before, you know, all that. But I guess I made it difficult to be able to be to for
Yeah.
people to talk to me. You know what I mean? I got a
Right.
lot of defensive, but now I'm doing all type. Every day I'm looking at something that's talking about my what I believe my self diagnosis disorder, and you know, and just how to communicate better in relationships and stuff like that. So I think that if you start working on it now and prepare for it, you'll be
Mm-hmm.
more well equipped when that person comes into your life. You know, we got to start doing the work now and not wait till
Absolutely.
it's almost like Noah and the Ark. You know what I mean? Like, start
Absolutely.
building the shit now because one day your ship might come in or the flood might come in and you're gonna need to be prepared.
Right.
Yeah, so that's what I'm
And
doing.
what I need to work on, it could be somebody that's really into me, but it could be one small thing that I just be like disgusted. Then it's over with. I'm not talking to you no
You
more.
gonna have to give us an example though. You can't just say that because like, what would be the one small thing? Tell me the smallest thing that you can that off the top of your head that turned you off to a man. You gotta
Hey,
some. You gotta tell us because you say some shit like that and we don't know what the fuck you talk about.
it might be terrible, but like
Just say it.
if we can't have a civil conversation and not throw some words at you and you can't articulate with me about words
Yeah.
and things like that,
Mm-hmm.
or it could be your grammar, it could be spelling. Like I'm big on that.
Okay.
So if that's a thing that is
But would
like
that make you throw a relationship away because he can't spell
no,
or
it
the
wouldn't.
way
But
he talk?
not real like. It wouldn't even be a relationship first. Like if you approach me on that bullshit, I'd be like,
But I mean,
man,
what if the dude is doing everything that you like?
but
And
if it's a relationship, don't get me wrong,
yeah,
and it's that I'm gonna help you
right. But what
because
if he don't want the
I,
help?
I was
What if he happy the way he is and he just wants you to?
huh?
I said, what if he's happy the way he is and he just wants you to love him for who he is? And
Well,
he,
I'm gonna
he
love
can't
him because I
spell.
was
You know, he can't spell. He talk stupid, but he treats you good. So because this is one of the things that a lot of people in the on YouTube and shit
right,
we talk about is that a lot of our women they want perfect men. You get what I'm saying? And the nigga could be 99.9, but that 1% will just turn you off so bad. Instead of saying, you know what, maybe if I address the issue and we can work on that issue and he's really willing to
right.
work on it, y'all could
No,
build a
I'm
happy
like
life.
if he's a good guy and he loves me or whatever, of
Mm-hmm.
course I'm not gonna throw it away
All right.
because that would be fake. Like if I'm
Yeah.
showing you genuine love, it's no way that I'm gonna just throw you to the side because you have an issue.
Right.
Now, and I'm willing to help you and work on it and work on it. You know, I ain't gonna give up on you because you say you don't want to do it because you're gonna get around to it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you will because it's gonna help you in the long run. Like
Yeah,
we
but
ain't got much
some
time,
people,
but it's
I'm gonna just say this: some people resist change, especially when it's a
yeah,
forced change. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I
yeah,
like what I think it is that we don't look at how we talk to people, and we kind of
yeah,
want to implement what we want to implement on them. So when we do
yeah,
that, it kind of turns them off. You get what I'm saying? And
yeah,
instead of trying to
yeah.
find a sweet way to do it, like I feel
Right,
that if I would have had like a sweet way of hearing certain things that was coming out my partner's mouth, I would have reacted different. But like I said, she don't owe me that, and they don't owe you that. That's your
right,
problem that you have.
right,
You know,
right,
with yourself, or that they have with you. So that's what I'm
right.
saying. The self working on yourself, I think, it help. So
Yeah,
so
that's
you're not sure if you want a traditional relationship or you do. You said you do. You do want to try to get there, but you don't know how to get there. So, what else I want to ask you? As far as like some of your recent relationships, do you want to go into
mm.
that and kind of say like how you feeling about it and like what do you think the status of men is in the world today? Like, what do you believe? Like, just from your experience with the type of men you run into, and how are they? How are men nowadays to you?
So my recent relationship is that's what you want to call it. The ones that I've read into or had some kind of deal with.
That you
To
really
me,
liked,
my
yeah, that you
people
really liked and wanted something from it.
that I really like, they all be broken.
Okay, and how?
Like broken.
But like
Like
how?
just
Give me an example of like what you think. Like,
be like scared to open up,
okay,
scared to be emotional,
okay,
scared to talk about traumas, and it's not easy talking about childhood traumas and stuff because it's a reason why you broken.
right,
It's internal, and if I be wanting to talk about that because I have my own. It ain't
right.
like I'm just person patty. It's like, but if I like you, we can talk about this and try to help each other.
So do
But
you?
it's like said before, it's always like the Lord always send me a broken man.
Do you do you open up
And I just
to
like,
do you open up to them about your traumas? And I'm gonna say this. I want to say this. Generally, what I hear about what God or the universe sends you is a
mhm.
reflection of you. So
Yeah,
so whatever
absolutely.
you receiving basically is what you putting out there. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So I totally agree with that. Like, some people won't see their discretions, and they'll be like, they'll feel like they got everything and they never look inward. So looking
Hmm.
inward and seeing why you keep getting those type of people too would
Right.
kind of be a start too. So
Right. I mean, you have to be comfortable with opening up with certain things. I like if I like you and we really vibing, I'll try to be as transparent as possible. Now I ain't gonna tell you everything. I ain't
right,
gonna
you're
get
not
too deep,
supposed to. No, no,
you know.
that's a bad
But
thing.
it's like I'm willing to help you work through it. If you're willing to help me work through mine, we can work through it together if I like you. And it don't necessarily have to be like a relationship. It could be more a friendship type
Right.
thing too. It don't, So it's just like, and then like I know my mouth is flipped sometimes,
Yeah, I heard
so that's something that I have to work on.
you. Right.
But it's just like I'm not sure. Like if I feel like if I'm most of the time I know what I'm talking about. So I get angry when it's just like you not listening to me because I know what I'm saying. I don't know everything,
But
but
see,
certain things,
that's a big thing because everybody feels like they know what they're talking about.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
But it's
And
just
that's where
like,
to me, I'm just gonna say, to me, that's where it becomes a struggle, where you feel like you
yeah,
know what you're talking about, and they feel like they know what they're talking about, and sometimes it's just better to leave it alone. I'm starting to learn.
yeah. We can agree to disagree. I'm not gonna
Yes,
force it.
that's the best thing to do in those situations, and if they don't want to grow with you or grow to whatever you feel it is, you got to start understanding. If you really care about them, I think get to the reason of why and try to
Yeah,
figure it out
absolutely.
instead of just saying, hey, I know this, do this, do this, do that. And I think that was one of my big problems. Then I hit the mic. That was one of my big problems is just always like, I know a lot. I know a lot. I can accomplish anything that
Hmm.
I put my mind to. Like,
Absolutely.
I work on cars. I do anything. I could go on YouTube and figure some shit out like that. So that gives me the confidence to be like, man, I know what I'm talking about. And to me, when I do that, generally I believe that I'm right. I'm not gonna say that I'm right. I'm gonna say generally I believe that I'm right. But
Because I believe it too.
yeah,
I do.
but it comes off to other people as undesirable. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
realizing that now. So my thing is that I want to help the people that I love, and I feel like like I said, with me having houses and doing this and doing all that stuff, that I can help you. You feel what I'm saying? But some people
Oh,
just don't want the help at the time, and you can't. You know what I mean? You can't
right.
push the help
So
on them.
we talked before about like the situation we talked to about
Okay.
with the business
Yes.
with this
Yes. With the
current
guy. Yeah.
situation that I had.
Let's just say that he
So
wants to be a party bus owner,
yeah.
and he
So
got a
and I just
bus and he's asking you for money and shit like that to
yeah.
get it. Yeah.
He's good at all of that things. Don't
Okay.
he has qualities.
Okay.
So at one point when he told me this, I love you. I got love for you.
Right. You wanted
So
to
I
support him.
believe in you.
Right.
So and when he's like he wants the LLC and all this and that.
Right.
Okay, that's fine. We're gonna figure it out. I looked it up, did everything. I wrote this man out a semi like half of a business plan
Okay.
because I'm like from what
I
he
support
told
it.
me,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was like, well, we need to get together. If this is something that you want to do, I don't mind helping you. I have some knowledge about it.
Right. Yeah, because you
I
work
was
with a
like,
lot
well,
of that shit. Yeah. Yeah.
so come sit with me and talk about it. Well, I need to know what other kind of plans you want, and I can help you
And what did he do?
at least start it.
Yeah. What
Start
did
it.
he do with the shit you
Mm.
did?
Oh, we need to this. He said, oh, we need to sit together and talk. I already told you that.
Okay.
Never came and got it. So
Okay.
that's so like if I believe in you, you wasn't like really wholeheartedly wanting to do this. You just wanted to see what I was gonna say. That was my mind. Like I really worked
Yeah.
hard on this stuff
Yeah,
for you.
from the situation that you telling me with this dude, it just seemed like, he don't want to really spend time with you. He always
Right.
asking you for money. You willing to do
Right.
certain shit for him, you know what I mean? And it just don't seem like, I think he just kind of, I'm just gonna say, like, using you, you know what I mean? Because you kind and you gave him money. You let him use your
Right.
car. You asked him to fix
Right.
something on your car, and he bought your car while she was on your vacation, and he didn't want to do nothing for you. So, you know what I mean? I think that a real man would have, if he was into you, he would have made sure that that was taken care of for you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Um, so you got to read into that shit, and we got to stop putting ourselves in situations where we make it easy for people to treat us like that. So I think
Right.
what you did today was really a good thing for you in your longevity. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Right.
you can get over that situation and move past it, but you got to stick to that because, dude, I mean, he don't want to visit you. He don't want to do this. He asking you for $800, and I know you would give it to him. You know what I mean? And
Right.
you just gotta you just gotta understand that he's not for you right now. And if he is for you,
And-
he'll come around and he'll do the work. You know what I mean?
right.
To let you know. But as of now, I think you need to just let that go. That's my personal opinion. Of
But
course, you're gonna do what you want
and
to.
and I know, and I hear what you said, and even these months and years ago, I was just like, this person not for me. But I try to find the good
Yeah.
in people and try to hold on. That's not good. It's not.
No, and
If
that's
they don't see the good in themselves, why am I trying to find the good?
you know what, and that's been my thing. I generally hold on to certain things longer than I should because I
Mm-hmm.
believe in people and I always think that things are gonna work out. I kind of romanticize a lot of shit myself. You know what I mean? Because you come up with what you think is gonna happen in this, and you know that
Right.
that person has quality that you like, and they could do it if they really wanted to do it. You know what I mean? But some people just don't
And
want to do shit for you, and you got to accept
they
that
don't.
and
And this
figure it
is where
out.
I go to, like, why spare my peace and happiness to wait on to see what a motherfucker finna do?
Yeah, and that was my thing.
I'm
Like
not doing that.
that's why I asked you. Like, you know what I mean? If you did help this man with this business, you know what I mean, and it did take off, do you think that he would return any of that or help you with any of the issues that you got? And your answer was what?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so
The mouth
he's
say one thing, but the action's gonna tell it all.
yeah, he
So in
cussed
my
you
heart
out,
of
hung
all
up
hearts,
in your face, and called you
yeah,
names. You know what I mean? Just
okay,
because you wouldn't give him
yeah,
no money,
like,
your
okay.
hard working money. You know what I mean?
But at the end of the day, I don't need 800. I got it.
Yeah, I know.
You need it.
Yeah, he needed it. You know what I mean?
And
You
not
the
to
one
even
calling him.
sound like,
Nah, I mean you should though.
not
If
to
you got
sound
it,
like cocky or whatever. Like, I don't need 800 from anybody.
right?
I
Nah,
got my own 800.
I understand. Just like we was talking about your friendship with the person, you know what I mean, that you loan money to and they didn't want to pay you back. They
Yeah,
take 6 months to pay you back. I mean, if you got money to give out like that, you know what I mean, and people don't value you as a person,
yeah,
it's like they looking at you like a lick, like you a sucker. You know what I
absolutely,
mean?
absolutely,
and
absolutely.
and not and and to talk to you and owe you money. I had people do that to me before. Like, nigga, you owe me money, nigga. What is we talking about? Why you calling me like you don't owe me money and not mention that you owe me money? You get what I'm saying? That's a
Right,
problem.
right.
So
Very much so.
yeah, speaking of that, my motherfucking tenant was supposed to call me today and give me my goddamn rent. The motherfucker ain't called me neither, man. But anyway, so what else? What else? Is there anything you want to ask me? Is it anything else you think we should talk about right now that you think that men need to hear from a woman that I know for sure is a good woman and that's out here on this market and besides the regular stuff like not lying and all of that, is there anything that you think that we need to know about women that
I, as a woman,
yeah.
and I'm not the perfect woman, but I know I'm a good person
Mm-hmm.
wholeheartedly.
Yeah,
It's like
I second that for sure.
it's like being and being a strong-minded woman too.
Yeah. Chuck,
It's
you
like
know about
guys
that.
shy away from a independent, strong woman. It's like they cannot. They're intimidated by that. They want the weak ones that's gonna listen to everything they say and twiddle their thumbs and wait for them while they out canoodling with other bitches. That's not me.
Right. And I
So
want to
I
jump.
say that today,
Go ahead.
it's hard to even try to date. The dating pool sucks, but it's just like I be wanting to know, like, what men be think. Like, what is it? Like, why you can't
Okay.
handle a strong woman.
I gotta answer for that because like I don't think it's the strong woman. I think it's the bad attitude that come with the strong woman. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
A lot of women that's strong, they are really or come off as strong. They're really aggressive. And I guess the best way is like what Kevin Samuels would have said is that we don't want to battle after we battle the world. We out there battling the
Right.
world. So when we come home, we want something soft. I don't think that women should submit and do all that. I think eventually you should want to submit to your man, but I don't think it should be a forced thing. You know what I mean? I think that when you
But
see it with go ahead.
I don't think it's a forced thing, but it's like at the same time I get what you saying,
No, 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 no.
but
What,
at the
what I'm saying is a lot of men think that women should just automatically submit to them because they're a man and because they
no,
got this, that. And I'm saying I don't think it should be like that. I think that a woman should see something in you and want to submit to you. You get what I'm saying? And by submit, it doesn't mean be a weak person. It means
right,
let me lead,
absolutely.
let me do certain things. Let me
But
handle this.
this is what I say.
Go
Not
ahead.
to cut you off.
No, no, go ahead.
I I would love to have like I would love to be submissive. I can be in certain ways, but certain ways I hold back because I'm like, wait a minute. You
Right,
know what I'm saying? But I always say, if you lead the way properly, I'm going to follow you.
right.
If I believe in you and you lead it the way, follow you, I'm going to be submissive and do whatever. Now, I ain't going to be no weakling,
No, you're
but
not
I'm
supposed to.
gonna follow
Submissive
your
doesn't mean
lead.
that. I think that word shouldn't be used. Submissive. I think that
Yeah.
we should find a better word than submissive. That just should just sounds like you like a slave or
And,
some
and
shit. You feel what I'm
submissive and
saying?
submission. Yeah, yeah.
That should
Absolutely.
sound like you a slave. So I don't really like the word submissive. I'm gonna find something different to use in place of that word because it comes
But
off
that's just
wrong.
how I always say, if you leading the way properly as a man,
Right. But
I'm going to follow.
I'm gonna tell you this, man. I know that I can lead properly. Now I have my flaws as far as like I guess making people feel wanted or loved. I think that's my biggest flaw. Is like I come home from a hard day at work and I'm not really being as nice. I'll kind of be like, "Can you do this? Can you do that?" And it's not like, "Babe, can you please do that?" Or come here and give me a hug. And I'm thinking about how your day went. It's like I come home and it's
Right.
just like I'm in mode of I'm kind of because I'm a Virgo. I'm real. So I'm kind of stuck in a routine. You get what I'm saying? And the
Right.
routine kind of works for me, and I'm not the biggest on reading emotions like that. You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
I'll just go through life. If you're not telling me nothing, I think everything is good. So
No, that's the issue.
I know.
But you know it now.
Yeah, I know it
But
now.
as
So
a
I gotta
woman,
focus on it. Yeah,
yeah, I've been through it. So as a woman, that's just kind of like it's hurtful in a sense. Like, damn,
yeah, yeah.
like
But
okay,
like I said,
like
I didn't mean nothing by it. It's not like it's just that I'm just like, okay, I got to get this, and done, and I got a lot. Like I said, I got a
yeah,
house, so I got to work on the house. I got to deal with dogs. I got to deal with this. So that's not no excuse, though. I don't want to use that as an excuse. It's just that I missed certain signs, and I never
that's
had.
your mindset,
But
like
I never had a woman come. They would yell at me about the shit, but you feel me? I would get yelled at about certain shit, and it didn't really
hmm
sink in. You know what I mean? This time, I think in my situation, I'm older. I kind of want to be in a relationship and shit like that. So it made it sink in a little more to like, damn, okay, I'm really that shit really matters big to
hmm
people. Where at first it was like, man, we good. We go have fun here. We go have fun here. We have our times of having fun. But I think overall it probably wasn't as fun or as good because like you have kids and stuff like that. It was kind of fulfilling, I thought,
hmm
in that manner, but it wasn't. It's just
right,
me coming home and us kind of being in a routine, and it wasn't um, an exciting life. Now that I know it, I know that like wherever I go now, wherever I land now, it's gonna be different because
right.
I know now and
I
I
mean,
really understand it. You know what I mean? Knowing and
yeah,
understanding it's there. So um,
right.
the other thing, it was one thing that I was trying to touch on when you was talking. Um, we was talking about okay the guy. So okay with the strong woman thing, men with the arguing and just the I guess the pushback. You know what I mean on
hmm
certain things, and it could be small things, it could be big things, but generally men don't like the pushback, and I think that's where we get the independent woman thing kind of messes y'all up
Right.
for that because it's like nah, I could see myself being her. We gonna be arguing too much. You know what I mean?
No, and just like well, me,
Mhm.
just me. I'm not gonna argue with you. Now I'm gonna get my point across. You know that.
Right.
But it don't have to be argumentative. Like
But
We
it
can talk
kind of
about it.
turns, but it kind of turns to an argument. You got to be honest. When you discussing something with somebody and they don't agree, you don't agree, they'll either start feeling some kind of way, because it revs up
Right.
these emotions of like, well, just hear me, just understand me, and they not trying to understand your side, or you not really trying to
Yeah.
understand their side. So
And
that,
it's frustrating.
yes,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
turns into
But
a
I'm not
bad
gonna.
feeling after y'all have
Yeah.
that discussion. It's just a negative feeling. So I'm learning
Right.
about that too, and
Right.
I've done that a lot. I always feel like, well, hear my side, hear this side, and it's like, nah, you
Yeah.
know what, fuck that argument. I don't want to do it. And I was implementing,
Right.
like me and her
No,
would
but
get into
it be like
situations.
that. Like it's like that. Like I feel like when I try to get my point across,
Hmm.
everybody take it as you so aggressive. You too, and do you think like a guy?
You do
You know,
kind
you
of think
think
like
like
a guy,
somebody.
though. You do kind of, when a
Huh?
lot of shit we talk about, you do kind of think like a guy, and that's the thing. A lot of men don't want to be with another man in certain shit. In certain shit, I'm not
Right.
saying all shit. Like you very feminine, you very a woman when you comfortable to do that. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So just listen. You know what? The thing that I'm hearing is just listen to what motherfuckers is saying, because a lot of it is
Right.
true. You don't see how you come off. I didn't see how I came off. So
Right.
you
But
know,
like I feel like I don't come off as
yeah, but
I
that's the
might come off
problem.
a little bit aggressive,
See,
but
that's
I
you
don't
though.
come off. I don't want to be a guy. I don't want to be the man.
I
I'm the
know.
woman.
I know. So that's what you probably should just start. You know, now, and I'm not saying change yourself, because you shouldn't have to change yourself, but be conscious of how you acting. Because me, if I stay where I'm at, I'm never gonna be conscious of what I did and how I act. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's time for me to
Right.
start being conscious about the things that people are complaining about. Because guess what? When I get into another relationship, you feel what I'm saying? Then I'm gonna just bring that same shit to that person, and it's gonna be
Right.
like they gonna hate me as well. You get what I'm saying?
Like
So we got to start looking at
honestly,
ourselves.
right. And I do because I got stuff to work on. I'm not perfect,
Of course.
but I like sometimes I get kind of sad because I be like, I feel like I really don't know how to be a girlfriend because I haven't been one. You know,
All
and
it
it's just
is
like,
being a friend first. I think being a friend,
yeah.
and,
And I'm
and
always a friend
you
first. I
are.
don't like to jump into
But
nothing.
do you notice that, like, and this is what I'm noticing or have noticed in the past, you could be friends with somebody, um, and then once you start getting a relationship or having sex with them, those feelings change, and it almost feels like you need them to do more. You get what I'm saying? And I think that that's for me, because I've been in nothing but relationship after relationship. I haven't not had somebody that I was like talking to on the side since I was
Hmm.
shit, maybe in my 20s. You know what I mean? Since I started, I always had like somebody here, somebody there. I mean, a few times I was pretty faithful. You know what I mean? But I still had, access if I really wanted to go do shit. You get me? This is
I
the
never,
first. You said what?
I've never had that.
See,
Like honestly.
see, so for me, I've always had that, and
Mhm.
now this is the first time that I literally don't have nobody that I could be like, hey, what's up? Let me smash. You know what I mean? Without going through a little
Right.
dance or something. I'm
Right.
sure it's people that I could probably hit that would do it, but it's like I'm not even there. I don't want to do it. You know what I mean? It's like I
Right.
want to be a better person. I think me being a better person, and me healing from the shit that I've been going through for the last few years is gonna do me better in the long run for whatever's next for me in the future. So, I'm here for you all the time. So, um,
Yeah.
yeah, we
It's
need to.
it's a I'm a work in progress even at
We
my
all
age
are.
right now.
Come on, we all are.
You know.
Nobody's perfect, and that's the
But
thing.
I
But
I, I am
mhm,
willing to compromise with
right,
someone
and that's what it
if it's
is.
right
That's what a
person.
relationship
If I
should
can
be.
see that they're the right person.
It
Yeah.
should be give and take, but you might think the person is the wrong person. And the other thing is, like, the guys that you meet, the guys that you may be attracted to may not be the guys that's for you. You may have to give
Right.
somebody that was in the friend zone that's not in that
Yeah.
lifestyle, and that, because that's one thing that you kind of repeated. You got a type, nigga. You got a type from what I know. Not like
Cause
the way they
like
look, but like where they from. You get what I'm saying? You
right.
you
But
like a
like
hood nigga.
I'm not really big on like looks. No, I want you to look like something, but you ain't got to be fine as
Yeah,
wine, you
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. I know
And,
that.
and it's just like I just like I'm not big on looks. I just like see your. I like to see if you're genuine. You
Yeah,
know,
and that's what I'm saying. Like,
like to me, like sometimes I can tell when you fake, like or you trying to be more than what you are to impress. You don't have to do that with me.
But that's what
Like
I'm
if I
saying.
like you, I like you.
But that's what I'm
You
saying.
know?
Like the dudes you meeting is those type of dudes, and it's like where you meeting them at. You know what I mean? Like you have to
Well,
figure
it's
out a
not
better
even like
place to
that.
meet them, huh?
I'm not even like that.
What you
Like,
mean?
and then, you know what? A lot of guys that I meet,
Hmm.
they always be like, "I like you," because I always like, "Why you like me?" You know, I just be wanting to know, like,
Right.
and they like, "I like you because you genuine, you a cool person,
You are,
you got a good heart."
but
People
we
see it, and then they be like, "You not with the drama, you not ratchet." I've
you
never
not.
been. You
No,
know
no,
that.
I know,
You
yeah.
know that.
But see, we not talking about you. We talking about the niggas you meet. So, like I said, the niggas you meeting, they
Right.
they're running game. They're doing this.
Oh
They're
yeah.
doing that. And my point is that when you kind of sense certain shit, you shouldn't let it go past that point. If you
Yeah.
truly trying to find a
Absolutely.
husband or you truly trying to find your forever person, you get what I'm saying?
Right.
You have to kind of nip that shit in the bud. Like when you see it, and
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
though you may like them, even though they may have this swag or whatever it is about them, you got to let that shit go. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Definitely.
yeah,
I hear you.
yeah. So I thank you for talking to me, man, and we'll probably get back on. We've been on for about what, an hour or something. It's almost been an hour, and I appreciate
Okay.
you. I know I had to chase you down a little bit to do it,
It's
but
all right.
yeah,
You know, if I'm here for you, it's
I
all
know,
good.
I know. So all right, we gonna sign off on this, and thank you for attending the lounge, and keep lounging, man.